The judges present, the patrons, the different service providers present today, students, ladies and gentlemen. We gather here today for the maiden nationals of the National Debate League. This is the first nationals held by the National Debate League. The National Debate League was started around first term of this year. And this vibrant organization has today held its first and its maiden National Secondary School Students Debate, Poetry, and Public Speech Championship. And I'm very, very excited and glad that you, schools, students, patrons alike, have decided to enter history as the first participants of the first nationals of NDL. Kind of clap for yourselves. Today, we have gathered here for a moment or two, which appears like a competition, but I want to tell you today we're here to write history. History that will definitely break the chains of the things we don't want to be associated with. This is a dream we have carried in our hearts, and today doesn't just exist and live, but lives and breathes in this hall here at St. Janan School, Bombo. You are part of that history. Colleagues, when the National Debate League was conceived, it was born out, not out of comfort, it was born out of conviction. And out of a belief that students and patrons deserved a platform where we would mold matter, where we would sharpen tools of change, where we would make ideas that would then summarily change the ordinary person. And we are here for that particular reason. We are a national force, and I can tell you without fear of contradiction that we will be a national force going forward. The National Debate League stands for values of excellence, of transparency, of integrity, of courage, and above all, community. Because debate is not just about winning, it is about building a nation where ideas decide our destiny. And I've been telling a couple of debaters and judges and students alike, if I would tell you my entire debate career, I have brought only 3 trophies. In my entire debate career. I have never won a national trophy. Yes, I've never won a national trophy. But my experiences of debate have made me what I am today. And I want to also state it. The leaders whose names we mentioned in this country today, who were sharpened by debate. And it's on that very conviction that we believe that for the future to be what we dream, the debates must continue where it is. Along the way, organizing this debate has not been easy. There's been quite a number of things. Many of you, unfortunately, were victims of them. But very few of us were the biggest victims. I want to set this on a public platform that when we started National Debate League, there's categories of individuals and organizations who had one prayer. If you allow the National Debate League to hold the national, they've taken over your space. And I'm glad to say, we have taken over space. And that is why a lot of things have been happening. Very political things, you can't imagine. Some I will not tell you here. But we have strength. We are transparent. We have courage. It is why we are gathered here. Our mission has always been to empower students with a voice that cannot be ignored, to be leaders who think critically, and to create a national culture where the youth shape the conversation of today for the betterment of tomorrow. I want to tell you, there's a political party I'm not going to mention that are serving its elections or whatever it's going on. What happens there spells out that we need you, students, to take over leadership. I was having a chat with some people. There are special offices that were introduced by Acts of Parliament. For example, you need to have a youth representative in Parliament for Northern Uganda, for Eastern Uganda, for Western Uganda. You need to have a National Female Youth Member of Parliament. You need to have a chairperson, National Youth Council. Until yesterday, a colleague of mine who is contesting for one of the positions told me, for him to even sustain his delegates in Kampala, until this morning, he needed 200 million Ugandan cedis to just sustain them. That shows you the dire need of leadership, that it has now moved from ethical leaders to money-minded leaders to corruption and all those things. Those are the very things that we are looking at changing. And so, dear friends, I want to be honest with you. This journey of building National Debate League and rebuilding the debate culture in the country has not been an easy one. We know that for sure. That whenever something great begins, forces will rise to pull it down. There were a lot of whispers, there were a lot of doubts, even attempts to frustrate this dream. If the school management was here, they would tell you that because they told us. But nothing speaks louder than the fact that despite those challenges, the debates began. And the debates are going on smoothly. Isn't that something to thank God for? And to thank yourselves for? So, this championship is not mine. Okay? It's not for a selected few. This is your vision, patrons. This is your debate. And for me, every student that appeared in every debate room yesterday, and every patron that is here in this room today, and every service provider that has made us to move this far, I want to tell you this. This is your league. This is your movement. And this is your future. So, I call upon all of you that we should build this together. We've laid a foundation. In other words, somebody says, our role was to deliver the baby. We together, midwifery or midwifery. The baby is alive and well. I implore you not to strangle the baby. What do midwives do? What do midwives do? They deliver the baby. What do mothers do? Okay, what does the village do? They raise the child. Be the villagers. Be the village. And do what? Raise the child. Be the village and do what together? Raise the child. Forgive me, I'm trying to be a teacher also. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude by saying, welcome to history. Welcome to the maiden champions of the National Debate League. Welcome to the beginning of something great. I conclude by saying again, this is your vision, this is your debate, this is your league. And together, we will lift it higher. Very much. My name is Okelo Innocent Work. And I'm proud to present to you the baby for you to nurture. Thank you. Have a very, very splendid day. And for those who are going to the big rounds, we say one thing. May the best teams do what? Remember, together we are unity.